Would you like to play a game of chess?
Yeah.
I play very well.
She's looking for a sponsor like Nike or Converse. She ran into a monster like Scarface and Nemo. I'm James with the bong. For the money, I'm Al Pacino. I know I'm living wrong, but I'm cashing out like casino. I'm Michael Jackson, you Tito. Got your bitch stroking my ego. Hit it like a frito. What I'm smoking on is lethal. No, this money don't make itself. I gotta make this money. Yes, I'm looking to the sky. Got my feet to the ground. I am rolling up a pound. Smoking now. Yes, there's money on my mind. Tell these rats don't make a sound. If you squeal, it's going down.
Woo! What is up? Fellow Wooks, what is up? Back for another week with the Wookiesburg pod. It's your boy Lolo, a.k.a. Lolo Boss, a.k.a. Santa Balls, a.k.a. the Nutcracker. And, we're here on our own today, this week. As you can see, my usual partner in crime, Thug Dog, is not here. I've been looking for his ass everywhere. Called him, texted him. I don't know. I waited as long as I could, really, but at a certain point, I can't keep you guys waiting, so fuck it. We're doing it solo this week, guys.
Oh, fuck, man. What's up, guys?
Look who decided to show up.
Oh,
Whoa.
shit, bro. My bad. Me and Cham, we were on bye week. We thought we had everything on bye week, man. My bad. We was out here, getting lit over there, We don't got nothing to worry about this week. It's playoff time, as you already know. We bye week this week, We only one win and we in, baby. One win and we in. My bad, guys. I thought, I had to come off the yacht. Me and Cham was out there partying, drinking it up,
You and Cham?
Yeah, man. We're both on bye week, so, you know how we do.
That's going to be like that famous picture of all the NBA stars and NFL stars on the ship before the playoffs or whatever. That's going to be looked back on in a couple weeks. Don't worry.
Yes. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I thought we did have to film this week because my team does have to play this week.
Yeah, man. The bye is only for the league, not for the podcast. All right?
Oh, shit.
But
My
we're
bad,
here,
guys. My bad.
We're here.
All right. Well, I'm not ready for this at all, so we'll see how it goes, man.
How many margaritas in are you? You were on vacation mode, huh?
Man, we were I don't even remember what me and Cham were drinking, but I just know we were going in. Fuck it. We ready though. As you know, I'm here. It's your boy, Madicals, aka Vito King, the Oracle, Max McCardle, aka Lightning McCardle, McCardle Sandwich, Maddie Hoover. Don't forget Maddie Scissorfingers.
No, how can I forget that one?
Good old Maddie Chong.
Uh-huh.
And always the great and powerful Thug Dog.
Right.
Yes. Again, sorry I was late, guys, but hey, it's playoff time. We out here celebrating, We got to do big things, so hopefully we didn't celebrate too early. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hopefully we didn't celebrate too early. Congratulations on your bye week as well.
Thank you very much.
That would be the Thug Dog League.
I do have a bye week in my league.
Yes.
And I think I've earned it, really. And, I'm going to, kick back and throw my feet up this week too, man.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as always, you know where to find us. Twitter, Wookiesburg, at Wookiesburg Pod on Twitter. Wookiesburg Podcast on YouTube, where you're watching us now. Wookiesburgpodcast@gmail.com. If you need to, email us, hit us up about anything. If you can't reach us on any of our social media DMs. Instagram, TikTok, Wookiesburg_podcast.
There you go.
So be sure to follow us there, and also on your podcast apps, wherever you shall be listening, whether it be Spotify, Google Podcast, everything. We're just simply the Wookiesburg Podcast. So
yep, we're all over the place. We're on pretty much every platform.
Yeah, anywhere you can think of to look, we're just about there. So
we got a big footprint. Hey, you know what they say about big feet? They call me Big Feet.
Big
Maddie
socks.
Hoover.
All right. Another playoffs. Like I said, playoffs are here, so it's go time, baby.
Let's take a minute. I know it's It's not over yet. Let's take a minute to congratulate everyone that made the playoffs so far this year, man. Congrats. And if you didn't make the playoffs, which we'll get to in a second, you're dead to me.
Yes. All right. And before I find out what you're smoking on, let us get right into your Spanish word of the week.
Dale, vamos.
Peace. Hola.
Hola, Thug Dog.
Hola, Lolo Boss.
Me gusta tu sombrero. Está muy bueno.
Gracias.
Yeah. El color me gusta mucho. Violeta. Muy bueno, muy bueno.
Gracias.
De nada, my friend. We're going to do Spanish word of the week a little bit different this week. We're going to have a multiple choice game show style Spanish word of the week. Are you ready? ¿Estás listo?
No.
Awesome. Buenísimo. Pregunta número 1. But no. Fill in the blank.
I thought I just did.
Me gusta blank. Is it A, pizza, B, el podcast, or C, los delfines?
That would be me gusta D. All of the above.
Muy bueno. Muy bueno. Todo.
All.
Me gusta
Todo.
todo. Me gusta todo.
Todo.
Todo. Todo.
Me gusta
Porque a mí
podcast.
También, a mí también me gusta la pizza.
Pizza.
Podcast. Los delfines.
No, not you. No.
Pero a vos sí. Ok.
Dolphines, me.
Ok.
Me gusta.
Great news, you've moved on to our super bonus round. Entonces, en la ronda número 2, super bonus round, you win all the prizes. Blank es el mejor quarterback. Is it A, Aaron Rodgers, B, Patricio Mahomes, or C, Tom Brady?
Can you repeat the question?
Blank es el mejor quarterback. Blank es el mejor quarterback. Aaron Rodgers es el mejor quarterback. Patricio Mahomes es el mejor quarterback. O Tom Brady es el mejor quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, ok, no muy bueno, no me gusta, esa respuesta no me gusta mucho. La respuesta correcta era sí, Tom Brady es el mejor quarterback. Come on, man. Come on, man. But
would you like to translate the question for me?
The question is, blank is the best quarterback. Tom Brady is indeed the best quarterback, no questions asked, of those three. But moving on, you're in luck because we have a super bonus round. It's double or nothing what you've already earned. So you still have a chance to come out winning here in the end. This one, since it's a super bonus, is the hardest question. It's no multiple choice. You have to provide the answer. ¿Cuál es el podcast número 1? En español, ¿cuál es el podcast número 1?
Wookiesburg podcast número 1.
Muy bien. We have a winner, folks. El ganador, Matt.
El ganador.
Felicidades. And like that, folks, Wookiesburg is the #1 podcast. That was the question. And you knew that without even the multiple choice. So
yes, but when we started the game show and you said question number 1. I thought you were asking what was number 1, and I just said.
Yes, that too. That also gave you bonus points. So you actually do come away with a
I
prize.
thought you were just asking what was the number 1.
You actually do come across with a prize.
Nice. What is my prize?
Your prize is right here.
I already own that. What the fuck?
Christmas came early. Congratulations. You are the winner on Lolo's Spanish Word of the Week.
Ooh, my favorite. My favorite.
All right, back to the podcast.
All right, welcome back from that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good one this week. I like it.
Hey, always getting better.
Always. I keep forgetting to practice, but maybe one day I'll start practicing.
I have faith in you, man.
Yes. As soon as I have time after, fantasy is grueling, man. This fantasy season, I got to make sure I'm.
Yeah, that sounds like an
completely
excuse,
on
folks,
point.
But this man is on a tear in fantasy. Really.
I mean, hey, listen
and
to
so,
me. Man.
Off season really is way more.
Now, if you just take one glance at me, what can you tell that I enjoy the most?
You gotta hold those up a little bit closer, I think. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, that would be Pokemon. And I had to stop playing Pokemon Go during fantasy season.
Right.
That's how dedicated to fantasy I am.
Some people do both. Some people like Lolo Zaddy out there. They like to do both.
And
but we see. We're gonna see the second. Once again,
yeah,
we're gonna see the second.
We don't know if it's we still haven't decided if it's not watching the podcast or him playing Pokemon still. So we'll see.
A good combination of both.
Yeah, definitely.
Good combination of both.
Yes.
But how many, since you opened up Pandora's box here, off the top of your head, how many Pokemon-related tattoos do you have on your body right now?
I just have the 8 badges, say it true, say it slash it, that scored a squad on my leg. Ooh.
So how many did you just say?
11.
Yeah, I love how you made it seem like, I only got a couple, and then it's literally 11.
I mean, people would argue
Pokemon
that
tattoos.
these are of course it is 8 different tattoos, but it's, you wouldn't just put one badge on you,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
They're kind of all together,
For sure.
But yeah, it's...
Now, those badges are from which...
The first one. These are the very first badges.
Right, but how many new badges have been introduced since then? Would too many for you to all get tattooed on you?
Not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Too many irrelevant ones, I'd say.
Gotcha.
But there is about...
I'm asking this for myself too. I haven't played Pokemon in a while. How many more gyms are there?
64-ish.
New badges? Or like
all together, I'd
badges?
say,
Wow.
around there.
Wow.
I wonder if you can Google that.
That's like I'm super bad at math, but that's like 1,000% increase from 8 to 64. Someone can our stats team check that? Is that right?
Yeah, so
We'll say 50. There's 50
we're
badges.
saying
We'll say 50 badges.
52.
We'll round up. That's pretty nuts. So if you want to become a master now, you gotta get all of these, or what? Like, are they separate universes? I didn't mean to turn this into a podcast, Pokemon podcast.
Hey,
but
there's
no.
It's never too early to get into some story time, man. And there's no
it.
better story than Pokemon. So, I mean, of course, each one is in its own, it's separate. So there, you got to think you have video game lore, and then you have the TV show lore. So obviously, in the TV show, Ash is going through every single region and getting all the different badges. But in each video game, you're technically a new character going into each new region. So it's always a different eight badges.
So the original map from Red and Blue, right? Pallet Town, Zanzibar, all that shit.
It's called the Kanto region.
Right. That was just like one portion of like one continent on the globe or something? Is that what that's supposed to be? So that was just like one region.
Yeah, because then you have the next one.
See, me growing up, I thought that was like you traveled the whole world, bro. That shit.
Then you have the Johto region, which was next. Then you have the Hoenn region, the Sinnoh region.
Okay.
And
they all like intermingle in some way? They all like...
I mean, Gold and Silver was the only game that included both, so you would get 16 badges in that game. You would
like people know each other from other regions or what?
Always. They'll always mention older people from different regions and different things like that. But for the most part, it's like you don't really travel back there. They're waiting on the games like that. So
is it always Ash in the show, or is it like new?
Well, Ash has always been in the show. He's still in it. Supposedly he's going to be off of it soon, but In the show, it's still Ash. Yes.
Okay, so he's legit getting all these badges everywhere and shit. Crazy. Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
So
Taught me something.
hey, plenty more Pokemon tattoos to come,
Yeah.
and Pokemon's here to stay. It is the highest grossing franchise of all time. So.
Is that true?
Oh, that's 100% true.
Wow.
It is right above Disney.
That's crazy that's over Disney. If it is, I'm sure it's in the realm of that for sure. We're finding everything out right here.
Yes.
Live, folks.
Oh no, it was Hello Kitty was actually number 2, believe it or not. And yes, you see Pokemon is.
Wow.
And if you see the year, if you see the time difference, Hello Kitty has actually been out since 1974, and has accumulated 88.5 billion in sales.
Mickey Mouse 1928.
Yes.
Whoa.
And it is, it's in a nice little third spot at 82 billion. And then you got Pokemon crushing the game at 108 billion. So, But I'm sure if you go through the list and you add everything that Disney owns, Disney automatically wins.
They own Star Wars now, right?
So, yes, of course. So Star Wars.
Put those two together, yeah, definitely.
And then you see number 5. You see Disney Princess is its own thing on its own.
Yeah. As a
Marvel
Cinematic
Cinematic Universe is another Disney owned. So yes,
they're a conglomerate. They own all that shit, bro. That's crazy.
Yep. But you see Pokemon just chilling at the top.
Yep. Pokemon is the single greatest, I guess. Let's put it that way. The single largest. That's crazy. Pokemon. They got some of my money. I know that much. Not in a while, but back in the day. In like 96, 97.
They always have mine,
boy.
Believe it or not, the newest game just came out. I am currently playing it.
I'm sure you are.
Yes.
Sure you are.
Since I'm on a bye week, luckily, came in perfect timing. George bought it for me. So
nice.
We
shout out.
Yeah, shout out. We riding out together. So
the last Pokemon I played was Red on Game Boy Color.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and I didn't. My first one was Blue. I like Blue better myself. Even though it's technically
it's funny. They are technically the same, different Pokemon in each one, but I always Red was better, but I always played Blue.
I always liked Blue a lot. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Well.
Yep.
And then if you were lucky,
what was the story with that one with that truck that you find?
that was a myth.
There's nothing to that thing.
No, that was a myth.
That was just an Easter egg. In there.
Yeah, they used to say that was where we got Mew, but it was deemed a myth.
I definitely walked all around that shit and used strength like 50 times or whatever it was.
Yes.
They were supposed to use.
Yes, and
wasn't strong enough.
That would have been a nice bonus if that was real.
But was there something hidden like that elsewhere in the game or not even?
Not in that game. No.
Okay, so you're not really missing out on anything.
No.
Okay.
No.
Thank God. I had so much anxiety like that as a kid. I sued these motherfuckers, bro, for trust issues, dog. I thought I got there too late, bro. Like fuck. What?
That's funny. That's funny. Alrighty, well, let us get right back on track and get us into bonus time.
Let's do it.
Bonus time, motherfuckers. And you actually have the stats from last week.
I do have the stats from last week, and boy, was it a doozy.
Yes, and last week was the winner was for the least total points from a single scoring player.
Least scoring player in your starting lineup, yes.
Alrighty, and we would have had a tiebreaker because we did have John had a couple zeros on his team, but we went ahead and gave it right to Chuck because he had somebody in his lineup that was not even playing at all. So,
yep, and that would be Tony Pollard.
Yeah, so we don't know if he was just extra sleep or, I mean, actually, we do know the story on that, so. But, Chuck is the winner of the bonus this week.
Yep,
so congrats, Chuck. You didn't make playoffs, but you got yourself a little bonus.
Hey, man, listen, dude, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I'm going to say it, man, because time after time, I only speak the truth. It pays to be sleep, bro. It really does. So congratulations.
Sometimes it does.
Hey.
And don't forget, even though I'm on bye week, I could still win this bonus. So let's get it. Alrighty. And we're unfolding this little guy.
Sound check. Yeah.
And we have the most receiving touchdowns from your 3 starting wide receivers.
Whoa. Have we had that yet?
I don't think so.
Nice. Nice new one for the folks.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
shit. Nice. Good job of smoothing it out. There we go. Most receiving touchdowns from your 3 starting wide receivers / tight end.
No, just the wide receivers. I don't know why.
Oh,
It
well
says
then,
tight end.
well, it says it right here, man. You know
I
what?
don't-
I'm not going to stand for this blasphemy.
Somebody
it says it
wrote
right
that.
there.
So, well,
The
if, since
legal
it says it, so then we'll include the tight end position as well. So it'll be your
It's
3 starting
tight end
receivers
there.
and your tight end. All the receiving touchdowns from your.
You see, folks, I'm on your side. I'm making sure the checks and balances are
You know
there.
what? Fuck it. We're just gonna make it the most receiving touchdowns on your whole starting roster. So if you got some running backs in there sneaking in some receiving touchdowns, fuck it. You're gonna win. So we're changing it. Most receiving
Live
touchdowns.
bonus change on air, man. This is what the playoffs bring. This is crazy.
Yes.
Okay, so say it one more time. Most receiving touchdowns.
From your whole starting lineup.
From entire starting lineup.
Alrighty. Can you also write down Chuck 1 just so we can remember?
Yep, I did.
Perfecto. Alright,
Got you,
guys.
boy.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Alright, well, before we get into all this wild news around the NFL, what the hell are you smoking on, boy?
I thought you'd never ask. My stoned friend.
Yeah, man, you know. I'm over here smoking on that GG4.
GG4.
Yeah, which
Because
is
you smoking it as GG's, folks.
it's a smaller version of a Gorilla Glue, but it still gets the job done. So
Right.
I don't know if I've smoked it already on here, but fuck it. What about you, baby? Ooh, you must be smoking on that fucking papaya.
I'm smoking on that manager special.
Manager special.
That's what they told me when I walked in the dispensary to get it. They're like, listen, this is manager special. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, folks. It's the holiday season. And, dog, you know I'm low on money because I'm buying gifts and shit.
Hey,
so
we
that shit
already
was
know.
on sale, bro. I said, fuck it.
Aren't you always low? Low?
I'm always low. Low.
All right, well, I'm sure a lot of you have been seeing all of the COVID outbreaks.
Yeah.
It's going
crazy.
nuts. Half the Dolphins, half the Browns,
And the NBA, too.
NBA. It's going
Yeah.
crazy. So, hey, we're going to see what we have to do, if I don't know what's going to happen from here on out, but I do know one thing I will implement. If too many players catch COVID and you need to drop somebody to replace them and you're in the playoffs, I will allow you to drop as many COVID players as you want and pick them back up onto your team.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Nice.
say all 3 of your wide receivers get COVID.
Yeah.
So, you're going to have to drop them. You're going to have to drop somebody to pick somebody up.
What if
So
they're on the can't drop list?
I will do what I can because I'm pretty sure since I'm the commish, I can move that around.
All right.
So yeah, so I will.
See, that's why you're the best commish.
Hey, I gotta do something, and at least that to me is at least one thing I can do that won't cause ruckus. So, hey, even if you only have 1 or 2, anybody in the playoffs, if you have a COVID player you need to drop, just let me know beforehand, and I will make sure nobody picks them up. And if they do, I'll just remove them from their team. So
Okay.
at least that's one little thing I can do to help out. That's what the guys I listen to. Shout out to the fantasy footballers. That's one thing they're doing for all their leagues. So I tend to usually go with what they say because they are pretty
Seems pretty smart.
pretty informative on all their information and shit like that. So,
They're connected.
yeah, so I've been listening to them for a few years now. So, alrighty, well, might as well, without further ado, this would be the time where we attempt to FaceTime a fan, but it might be too late for that.
It's pretty late. Let's push things back a bit tonight, folks.
We did. Alright, so we will not FaceTime anybody.
Alright.
Since it is too late. Well, alright. So, remember, even if you're in playoffs, even if you have a bye week, that doesn't mean you can't stop checking the waivers. Even if you don't need somebody, maybe other people do. That is not, it's not frowned upon. You're allowed to steal whoever the fuck you please from whoever the fuck you please. It's a famously happened last year in the Thug Dog League, where Chuck snatched up everybody from Sean and caused Sean to lose. So, especially with all these COVID outbreaks, hey, you never know. You might be able to snatch up some people. So
that's true. Very good advice.
So make sure you keep snatching up those people. Make sure you keep tuning in on all social medias for all my fantasy advice throughout the weeks. Streamers, starts of the week, waiver pickups, all of the good stuff. So keep tuning in.
While Matt's looking that up, while you're looking that up, we mentioned earlier the COVID outbreak crazy. It is affecting multiple sports, the NBA too. If you want to find out, coincidentally, if you want to find out more about the NBA, if you're interested in the NBA, check out my NBA podcast. That's also on Wookiesburg Network. You find that on the Wookiesburg podcast YouTube. You'll find it in this list also. So, if you follow NBA, get on that.
All right. I was trying to just see some stats for my league, and here we go. We are going to just look up. All right. So we have right here the most losses this year is 10 from House. And he didn't quite beat the most loss record, which is 13 in my league. He had a pretty slump ass season. So
you really don't want to see double digits at all in that column, really.
Yes, he's actually wow, this is crazy because he has the longest streak this season of losses, which is 6, one under the longest of all time.
Oh.
And he is also on the longest current lose streak of 4.
Oh.
So that means he's seen 6 losses, then a win, and now it's 4 straight losses.
This is just losing all over the place.
That is crazy.
Why you always losing?
And then we see over here, speaking of House, the largest margin of victory in a single week this season is actually people that can't QB like me, which is me, versus House. In week 11, I beat him by 108.63 points. And funnier note, the largest margin of victory in a single week all time in my league was back in week 5 of 2019, was actually House versus a former member, and he scored 140 more points.
Wow.
So, maybe House's team was doing something good back then. So
back when were they still called Sushi Dick House?
they were sushi stick backpack.
You smoking on that FSU pack? Is that what he's saying?
Maybe. No, he actually has never smoked in his life.
I see, but hey, nah, no.
What?
No, he's smoking these L's
Yeah,
all fucking season, dog.
Definitely smoking L's.
That boy's smoking more L's than the whole NWA back in the day, bro.
All right, so we actually have. Wow, I was so close. The largest margin of victory average this season is actually me with 59.72, which I am just under 1 point shy of the average all time of 60.85.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then, of course, as you guys remember, the smallest margin of victory, of course, this year and all time in my league was that Zaddy versus playoff mode activated.
Yes.
And that was by that .02.
0.02 points. We're going to look at that, as we said, when we get to the recap, we're going to look at that. That proved to be very decisive.
Oh,
Those
that is actually
0.02 points
you are very
proved to
right.
be very decisive.
And if we recall, those .02 points were given to her by Ryan Tannehill.
Yes.
So never forget.
Never forget.
My dog. And then we have actually, so the smallest margin of victory average this season is biting Quam's ear.
Okay.
So that means anytime they're winning, it's by a small margin.
Yeah.
And
Makes
then
sense. Makes
yes,
sense, really.
yes.
Numbers don't lie, guys. Numbers don't lie, bro. Ain't that right, Orlando?
And I don't know.
Yeah, he thinks so.
All right. And then if we, of course, we have the people on the losing end, and we have average this season, Robbie, 56.22 points every time he lost. And then we have the average. Oh no, sorry, that's the. Yes, that is sorry.
Who is that all time?
I believe that's Sam. Sam holds the largest margin of defeat all time average.
Okay.
That was in the 2019 season. But I believe that's Mike actually. And then we had the strength of schedule hardest this year was Robbie's. And of course, we have the average. We also have the strength of schedule the easiest, and I'm sure everyone knows it's good old Champ.
So every week is easy for him.
Yes.
Makes it seem real easy. Both of y'all got it real easy this week, huh?
We definitely got it easy this week.
Yeah. Y'all going to Tootsie's later or something?
I don't know. I don't know, man. He's waiting for me at the dock. He's docked up with a couple of honeys, so
right.
We'll see where, who knows if he's even still docked up waiting for me.
All right. I'm on bye week, and I'm still about my business, bro.
Yes, that is true.
I know how to
keep
it professional.
Yes, professionally consolation bye week.
Hey, listen, a bye is a bye.
Yes, bye to your.
We don't gotta get into specifics, but since you did mention it, yeah, it's a consolation bye. But hey, it's a bye nonetheless. I've earned it. I earned that bye.
Alrighty, and then as we remembered this week, the most points, of course, was, we already seen it, Vinegar Stroke, not only this season, but all time. 250 points he put up.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And then,
Congrats for that. That deserves applause, really.
And then, of course, the most points in the league this season is also people that can't QB like me, which is me. And I averaged 171 points a game. Yes. And then we see the all-time season leader is America's Ass 360, which was last season with 2,711.46, and he averaged 169.46.
So you're actually more efficient than him.
Yes, because I believe that counts the playoffs as well, and we have not played playoffs in my league,
gotcha.
So I have a chance to beat him. So we'll see.
I'm pretty confident in you. You're going ham so far. The thing is, you're going to have one less game, right, because of the bye. Well, shit, that might help you in terms of average. Who knows?
If he was scoring that many points, he probably had a bye week that week, too.
Right, true. The good old days of the Wookiesburg address. I remember those days fondly.
Which days?
Whenever the year that was.
All right. Oh, this is a good one. I like this. Points from the draft players most this season in a single week was Where's Casey? And that would be week 1. And then we have the season average. Most from drafted players this year would be Lolo Daddy.
Nice.
So meaning he kept most of his players from his team. And then we have the least drafted players this week, and that would be the Straw Hat Pirates.
Fuck.
He's actually the least on the season as well, meaning he made a lot of changes after his draft.
Super bad changes?
It doesn't, who knows necessarily.
Numbers don't lie, man. I said it earlier. I'll say it now again. Numbers don't lie.
They do not. All right, well, let us just get into the week recap from last week going into the playoffs.
Let's do it. The last week of the regular season.
Let's see what happened.
Came and went.
Weekly matchups.
And there were a lot of playoff spots open, as we remember.
Yes, there was. We knew, as we remember, I was already clinched, so, And I did tell Sean, that's who, first matchup, of course, me against Sean, as we remember. I told him I was going to whoop his ass, but he would still steadily make the playoffs. So, which, spoiler alert, was true. Sean did take the 6th spot.
Yes, he did.
And I did come in at 2nd.
But he took the ass whooping this week because you beat him handily and even with your kicker on bye week.
No, bro. He wasn't on bye week. He was cheering on my team from the sideline.
Oh, okay.
That's why I left him in, and I just knew he was.
Well,
I
he
knew
was a
the
good cheerleader then.
I knew the ghost of Nick Folk would win me my game.
Yeah, Bobby Wagner would win you your game, you mean, and Dawson Knox. And also Tyler Lockett. And
Yes.
also the
Do not
greatest
forget.
GOAT of all time, Tom Brady.
And you did miss the guy who played Thursday night with the good start, and that would be Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook. Oh,
Yes.
wow, I did miss him.
Yes. And
That just guaranteed you the win off rip, huh?
basically.
I mean,
yeah.
bro, when you gotta start Sony Michelle, you're in a fucked situation.
I mean,
week
that
to
was a
begin
good
with,
start that week, though.
That was a good start that week? Please,
Yeah.
dog. Please, bro.
Yep. What the fuck?
What the hell? But, like we said, playoff mode activated, still made the playoffs, which is, I like the name change, playoff mode activated.
Yes.
And the picture is very intimidating. We're going to put it for you right here.
I believe that's Brett.
I wouldn't want to face that in the playoffs. That looks scary to me.
I mean,
Playoff mode activated.
I'm not.
That boy looks like he's been on his macros. You know what I mean?
That is true. And and then you forgot to mention that I did score the week high 208
You
points
did.
without the kicker.
You did, and by 1 point over the second place scorer, which we'll get to in a second. But
Alright.
first up, we're going to get to another new playoff.
And this also had playoff implications all over
heavy
it. It
playoff
was
implications.
both teams winning in.
And remember when we said that .02 from the lowest margin of victory ever in the league? That ultimately was the precursor to this, and we see Zaddy's daddy once again beating Lolo Daddy.
And she did the name change.
And
She made sure she was Zaddy's daddy.
Yeah. And then that picture that once again we're gonna put right here. That's yours truly, my greatest Terminator impression. I don't
Yes.
know.
And we see, that George Kittle, Tennessee's defense held it down.
Yes, they did.
And,
Justin Tucker
Yes.
with 2 50-yard field goals.
And look at this, man.
What, buddy?
I think
Yeah,
our
we
Brett's
have
bust of
this-
the week lineup this week.
Yeah, bust of the week lineup. Really, my Brett's bust of the week actually is James Robinson. So let's just take care of it right
Yeah,
now.
no, that's what I mean. And then
James
mine
Robinson
is
right
right
there.
is his other running back, Jamar Jefferson.
There
Sorry.
you go. Both of these guys are right there.
And we don't know. This guy. I don't know who in their right mind would try to rely on Jamar Jefferson when it's do or die time. But Hey, he tried and he failed.
And why would you start anybody from the Jaguars during any of this recent blow up that they've been having?
I mean, James Robinson. It's hard to take James Robinson out of your lineup.
They took him out of the starting lineup.
Who, the Jaguars?
Yeah.
Did they? When?
They benched him.
During that game?
Not during this game, but I'm just saying in the season. That was one of the whole things they were saying against Urban Meyer.
I didn't know that.
So I wouldn't trust anybody on the Jaguars at this point. I mean, now that Urban Meyer's gone, who knows? Maybe.
Hey.
Up until this, absolutely
and,
not.
for those of you who don't know, this game was, it was a battle. Terry battled it out. George Kittle played a later afternoon game, put her up to a nice little lead. And then John did have the Packers night game on Sunday where, he had Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams combined for 58 points.
Yeah, John could have easily started Tyler Boyd. And won this game. But they didn't, so he's super sleep. And to be honest with you, like you said, never watched the podcast, deserve not to make the playoffs.
Yep.
Really.
That's just about it. You were right about that. Also has an empty spot on his team because he's also asleep.
We're bordering. They're obvious. Sleepest performance of the season, really. I think House is going to take the cake. We'll get to that later, but
yes,
nominee at least.
Yes, right very here. Sleep. And he was very upset that Terry was moving into the playoffs because, quote unquote, she didn't have the points to be there. So,
likewise, buddy, we can say the same about you right here. Same about you right
Yes,
there.
yes. And the next matchup would be Biting Quam's Ear versus Dedito.
Another close one.
Yes, and Dedito had playoff implications, and as we've seen, he won his $10 because he left Tony Pollard in by mistake. He actually tried to contact me to get him out, and Angel did not allow it. So we see how that played out, and we know Angel...
He easily could have started the New York Jets running back, this Johnson guy, and still would have won that game. Could have easily done that. Or Rashad Penny.
Yes, and he did pick up Rashad Penny to play him and just, did not get around to putting him in.
Well, then did he not?
Well, yeah,
But ultimately, it doesn't really matter because Biting Quam's Ear doesn't make the playoffs anyway. But kicks him right out.
And if he would have won, he would have been in.
Upset.
And he would have kicked out Sean. Whereas they thought he was going to kick out Casey. No.
Yeah, Hunter Renfrow really did it for him. And Harrison Butker got a decent amount of points as well. 6 field goals in the game. Yeah.
For who?
For Harrison Butker.
No, that would be 6 extra points.
Is that what that says?
Yes.
Oh, 6 PAT. Damn, my bad, man.
No worries, baby. All right, and then we'll get into, where's Casey versus Vinegar Stroke? We knew that was going to have not many playoff implications unless a lot of other things came into play. So one of them just moved up to face somebody different in the playoffs. But both teams did clinch playoffs.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette and Melvin
Whereas
Gordon
Casey and James
really
claimed third. Oh, by the way, Terry claimed 4th place.
Nice.
So she will play.
That's a success
She will play
story.
5th place Vinegar Stroke. And then James is playing.
Yeah, we'll get into the matchups later on.
Yes, sorry. What were you saying about Terry?
Folks. That's a success story if I've ever seen one. This chick started the season off so shitty. The first 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah, remember, that's what
battling. I think we called one of her games the Sleep Bowl.
Yeah.
I think her and Angel, if I'm not mistaken, the Sleep Bowl earlier this year.
I told John, like, hey, it's her team only has a little bit of points because they just were not performing in the beginning.
Right, and hey, they came all the way back and beat the fuck out of some teams on the way there, man. They're my dark horse for the playoffs.
Hey, depending on, we'll get into it, but hey, hopefully we can face each other in the finals, and it'll be a McCardle sandwich, exactly.
And we see here that week in, week out, Cooper Kupp did it here for Where's Casey, along with Leonard Fournette, Melvin Gordon. Cole Beasley contributed 2 good starts all around from the starting lineup, really. So
yes, and then he did
double
have
digits from most of your skill positions there.
His pickup Miles Garrett too did the work.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get into another matchup that didn't have no playoff implications on it.
Let me tell you about this matchup here.
And they were both eliminated a week prior, but hey, it was still fun for them to try. And we do have the good old Straw Hat Pirates versus the guy who didn't make the playoffs because he kept his boring ass name, Robbie.
Yes.
So what do you have to say about your claim to fame here, Straw Hat Pirates?
One of these teams deserved to miss the playoffs. And I think we both know it was Robbie for that name, no name.
Yes, we do see. I do say that. Yes, and
the other of these teams I had really high hopes for.
We know.
And I invested my time and money, mainly money, into. They don't call me the CEO for nothing.
Exactly.
But now I am in a position where I don't want to make any hasty decisions after this year. This year is obviously a disappointment. 11th place, second to last. Although it is an improvement from last year.
Well, so far, because remember, we still do have the consolation playoffs that determine last place, unfortunately.
Right. I'm going to hold any sort of decisions here. I'm going to give my head coach a chance to defend and explain himself, really. But today, right now, it ain't looking good, folks.
All right. So we'll see what happens. We
And
shall see what happens.
Let me actually assess what happened in this game here. Now, I can't really blame them for not starting anybody else because literally their whole bench was on bye.
Yes.
Besides Eric Kendricks, which, yes, would have had more points than, who was that, Deion Jones?
Yes,
Damon
and
Jones?
he did try to hit me
Deion
up
Jones,
Friday
yeah.
to change his lineup, and I told him, bro, you are five days too late.
Well, fuck you. You should have done it. Because look at this, man. This is a sad excuse for starting lineup. You at least pick up some dudes to where you could decide to start them over Alex Collins, for fuck's sake. Like, really? There was no one else you could pick up that you were like, man, I'd probably start this dude over Alex Collins?
Probably not.
Come on, bro.
I think the running back room is scarce out there.
Come on, bro. Dak Prescott, man. Dak Prescott, listen, I'll tell you, I like Dak Prescott as an actual NFL player, right? But Dak Prescott actually had pretty decent numbers this week, I'm not going to lie. Not this week, but this year, up until the last 2 weeks ago. But Buddy Man's been on a slump fantasy-wise.
Yes. I mean, he's not the worst.
He's not the worst. You know what? It doesn't matter because you were already in 11th place, really. So it doesn't really matter ultimately, but it does anger me as a front office executive.
I don't blame you. And I don't know if you can recall. I don't know how many of you seen episode 1 because it wasn't aired to too many people, but revert back to when I laughed and a lot of people that watched it laughed when you said Straw Hat Pirates for the win. There was also another week where I finally came out clean and said, I will not stand for this no more. Michael is trash. Simple as that. At this point, I don't even know if he's a real McCardle. As bad as he is at fan, he better hope he don't get last. Last 2 years in a row, that's definitely kick-out material. So we'll see.
Well, listen, man. Like I said, I'm gonna hold any decisions for later on in this season, but
I'll tell you what, Michael. To prove you're watching the podcast, you got to come to me and tell me what I'm doing to this guy right here. All right. So we're really gonna know. Prove how much of a fucking liar he is.
yeah, that was wild. That was shocking to me, really.
What?
What I just witnessed, really, it was unspeakable, to be honest.
Very unspeakable.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. It's actually a very nice figure, though. This is a very well-made...
Another one from my pops?
Very well-made artifact, as are most of our Christmas editions, as you can see. Holiday editions, really.
Yes, we're getting into the Christmas spirit. You see my nutcrackers
All
up
this
top?
stuff.
Nutcrackers guarding the corners.
Mm-hmm.
We got them everywhere. So, you know, we're getting into the Christmas spirit. We're getting
My
closer.
AKA is the Nutcracker.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yes, I remember
Yeah.
from last night.
Yeah. Huh?
All right, next matchup and final matchup is, you know, I wanted House to all he had to do was win. And I could have got first place in all my leagues, and House did not pull it off for me. So,
Yeah, man. If you're relying on House to win, then you're already fucked, really.
I already knew I wasn't gonna make it to first a couple weeks ago once I seen Chris's easy schedule towards the end.
And I'm really not trying to hate. I mean, like, I think as we had said earlier in the year, this was a dope team, really. But Patrick Mahomes didn't really have the season he was supposed to have, along with some other these characters on his team. You know what I mean? But numbers don't lie, and this is one of the most prolific losers in league history.
Yes. And he did tell me, hey, he never looked at his team to fix it. He doesn't, so.
Hey, man, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I see
You
points
think that's
on.
possible kick-out material? What do you think about that?
No, just because I know House is dealing with a lot up in Georgia and shit. So
Got you.
I'm not stressing it.
Hey,
Plus, he
who
was already
knows?
out. Chris was already in, so.
I might be available as a CEO if my team gets relegated. So who knows?
Hey,
I can offer some services.
I don't know if you've heard or anybody else has heard, but next year we will be doubling the price. So hopefully that'll keep the serious people in as well. So we'll see.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna go to the real big money league next year.
Big shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it a little more so I can do a couple more different things, and we're gonna have a lot of cool payouts next year.
Right.
Give everybody more of a chance to win some money. All right, well, you guys know what fucking time it is, man.
What time is it?
It's time for this fucking ad, baby.
Let's go.
Alright guys, well it's time for our first paid sponsor. And it's going to be the service that we use to distribute our podcast out to all the listening apps that you might or might not be listening on. And that's Anchor. If you've not heard of them or used them before, Anchor is the easiest way to distribute your podcast out to the masses. Instead of going to 5, 6, 7, 8 different sites to upload your podcast, you go just to one central place and then it gets distributed everywhere. We're talking Apple, Spotify, what have you. And that's Anchor. And you can't beat one single upload to 8 different platforms. Anchor also has all the tools you need for any last-minute editing onto your podcast. You can't beat one upload to 8 different platforms. And you can find all your last-minute editing needs or tools on Anchor. And Anchor has easy access from your phone or from your laptop. Make sure you go download Anchor from your app store or just simply go to anchor.fm. And I know you're wondering the price, and let me tell you, it's free. I thought this was too good to be true, but here I am and here we are. And let me just add, we've been using Anchor well before they were a sponsor of the podcast. We've been using it since the beginning, since we've started uploading these episodes online for all you guys to listen. So, one last time, go check out Anchor and download it from the App Store now, or visit anchor.fm and have all your podcast distribution needs covered. Thank you, Anchor, and thank you, you guys.
Thank you from those sponsors. And let us just fucking get right into it, baby.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
And that's gonna be,
Let's look at the playoff overview.
Me and Champ on by a week, of course.
Yeah. So we got first place, second place is you. These are just end of regular season standings. We got Champ number 1. We have you at number 2 with people that can't QB like me. Now, you have more points for than Champ. So I think that says a lot right there.
I mean, yes, I have more points than everybody, but...
You do. And you also have the most waiver moves than anybody.
I mean, that's a given in any league, baby.
Well, moves in general, really. Yeah. You were both on 4-game win streaks. The top 4 are all on win streaks, folks. I think that says a lot. you have to get in a groove before making the playoffs. Now, Robbie was also on a 3-game win streak, and he still missed the playoffs. But at that point, it was just too little, too late, man.
Yes, and that's what I had told him. You know,
Gotta be
he
consistent.
needed other teams to lose beforehand that just kept winning. You know, so
So where's KC? 3rd place. Zaddy's daddy, 4th place. Now, Zaddy's daddy, like we said earlier, is a candidate for most improved player of the year, really. Finished at 4th place, over 2,000 points, 2,100 to be exact. Vinegar Stroke, 5th, at a cool 7-7. He coming off a 3-game losing streak, still finished 5th place and made the playoffs. So that shows you how good they were earlier in the season, leading up to the middle of the season. And then last playoff spot was taken by Playoff Mode Activated by your boy. We had him on a few weeks ago. Also at a 7-7. And looking at this, really, we do see Zaddy's daddy, how big of an underdog they are. Because even though they came out with the 4th place standing, they have the least amount of points out of all the teams in the playoffs.
false.
Okay. Oh, that is false, really. Champ has the least amount of points of anybody in the playoffs. I just noticed that.
Almost anybody in the league.
He's so high up on that list that I didn't even consider it in my range of numbers to look at just now. That's how crazy that is to me. Even though they were on a 4-game win streak and obviously were very high in standings earlier in the season also. And then just missing the playoffs, Robbie at 7. Now, they were 7-7 also, just like Vinegar Stroke and Playoff Mode Activated, but it all came down to the points. Even though they were on the 3-game win streak, it all came down to the points, and they were just 90 or so, 85 or 90 or so points under Playoff Mode Activated for the last spot in the playoffs. The Dito, the rest of these teams are kind of like familiar names we've seen towards the losing side of things lately. The Dito, Lolo Daddy, unfortunately, 3-game losing streak. Biting Quam's ear. Straw Hat Pirates, unfortunately, and Sushi Dick House the 3rd.
All right, and then that brings us into. Oh, you can actually see everybody's rating and levels here.
Oh yes.
Oh, and we see I am just tickling the little ball hairs of that diamond level.
Yes, you are. Is diamond level 900?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I believe. I'm not. Well, don't quote me, but I'm 99% sure it is.
Okay.
Yes. And this level, why it doesn't really set you in stone, because depending on how many teams you have and how long you've been playing, all of that, it kind of tells you where you're at. But if you do see very, very bottom. You do see even under House, who has had the worst season of all seasons, you see Straw Hat Pirates all the way at the bottom. So,
You know what? I'm going to check what level I am.
all right. And you... Are you sure you want to see yours?
Yeah, I do.
You are bronze level, 558.
No way.
Yes.
Damn. Well, man, there's 30 years of slump for you.
That is true.
I'm super sleep.
That does mean you're kind of asleep.
Damn. Even though I'm a 2-time winner of the league that I'm in.
Yes.
Really? Wow. That's surprising to me.
It just means that you're more averagely bad than good. All right. Well, Straw Hat Pirates is 540.
Wow. Makes sense that we're together, huh?
It makes sense why you would gravitated towards him.
We were just sleeping.
Just sleep together, I guess.
The sleepathon.
You guys sleep together often?
Not really, but I mean, maybe we should start.
Yes, and you are 558. So you are only. So we see here Renee and Brett are actually below Michael.
Wow, really?
Yes. So
That's pretty sweet. That means they're below me.
Yes, they are below you as well. And we see just above you is Sean, 584.
I don't care what the numbers say because the only number I care about is double champ, baby.
I feel you.
Double champ. I believe 2 within 3 years, to be honest with you. I got
All right, that's
my
pretty
Ben
nice.
Roethlisberger on for a
Ooh,
second.
and we
boy.
see Chuck. Chuck must have lost everywhere because he went down negative 42 points last
Oh my
week.
god.
And we see John must have had a lot of wins. He went up plus 25 to get back into platinum.
Right.
And I went up plus 16. Champ actually went down
You guys
negative
also
10.
have way more leagues than me. I only have like one league a year.
Yes.
So
Yes. But that's why I've been on the climb up because all of my free
it's really
leagues,
about quantity.
all of my free leagues fucked me over for a long time.
Right.
So I've had to climb back from bronze level.
All right. You want to get into the playoff matchups then? The playoff
Let's
bracket,
do it.
boy. All right. So like you said, you and Champ have bye weeks. So y'all are just waiting.
Yes. And
Who are y'all waiting to see? Do you know?
yes, I believe mine is set up so that if playoff mode activated wins, then Champ will automatically play him, and I will play the winner of Vinegar Strokes and Alt Zaddy. Then if Where's Casey beats playoff mode activated, then I will automatically play him, and Champ will play the winner of the other game.
All right. Okay.
So basically, the Where's Casey versus playoff mode activated determines who we play, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm hoping that's right, but we'll see.
Now, since we have you here, I'm going to ask you: is there anyone you want to face? Who do you want to face next round?
I mean, obviously, I would rather face Where's Casey, so I have the opportunity to face Terry in the finals to increase our chances of money.
Right. Always about the money, huh?
Yep. So I'm gonna have to go with that one. And it would be, like I said, it'd be cool to beat Terry. It'd be cool to place Terry in the finals because then I would know I'm guaranteed to win.
Well, like I said, they're my dark horse, so I have faith that they'll make it to the finals.
All right. Well, like I said, if they do, that'll be good because I'll be there on the other side to face them.
Yeah.
I just need one win and I'm in. So, man, oh man, I've been here plenty of times.
Life's easy when you get the bye week, huh?
Not always.
No.
It's,
Well, you got
it's
this life is easy ass shirt on.
I know.
boy.
I had to come in and act like it because
Yeah.
it'd
Hey,
be,
you're just an island boy.
I guess so.
Drinking that Caribbean beer. It's made in Florida, baby. Shout out to our beer sponsor.
Skatebird Brew,
There
baby.
we go.
You already know. So, let's get into it right here. We got Zaddy's Daddy versus Vinegar Strokes. Of course, you already know I'm going to have to take, my lovely girlfriend, Zaddy's Daddy. Definitely going to have to hopefully edge out Vinegar Strokes in this one.
Yeah, this is a pretty crazy matchup. Both teams had two people that played tonight, and they're really neck and neck there. So it's gonna be a fun weekend of football for these two teams. And the other playoff matchup we have for this round
is playoff mode activated versus Where's Casey.
Yep. This is gonna be crazy, man. This is gonna be a crazy matchup. To be honest with you, I'm gonna give my prediction right here. And this is nothing personal here, man, but I think Where's Casey's going to come out with a win. They're third, obviously, over playoff mode activated. Although I do like playoff mode activated. Seems like he is in playoff mode and has that playoff body, really. As we can see once again by this picture right here.
And again, like I said, I'm almost positive that's Brett.
Oh, we know who it is.
No, wait.
We don't have to say who that is. We know exactly who it is. Actually, don't know who it is. I think it was, but yeah.
That could be Sean. I don't know because there's no tattoos.
That's true. I think that's me back in the day, really. That's high school me.
Right.
I was swole.
That is actually Sean.
Okay, great. From when?
Who the fuck knows? But now I'm scared.
He's playoff mode activated. He's
Can
been
I tilt?
training.
I'm sorry, but even though I don't want to play Terry next week, Sean might pull this upset.
Maybe.
I don't want him to, but he may.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, James, you better not let this guy beat you, bro. Yes, well, I guess we can get into the losers bracket.
I wouldn't have to if you don't want to, really, but someone's
Uh,
already getting their ass fucking spanked.
We got Lolo Daddy versus House. It'd be nice to see House climb out and not get last.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
That Pat Mahomes Travis Kelce combination finally paid off.
I hope John gets last, and then I could really say it's because he didn't watch the podcast.
Yeah.
Because he is the only person who has not watched at least a single episode or attempted to.
Mm-hmm. The other consolation game that's going on is biting Quam's ear. And your boys, the Straw Hat Pirates. Biting Quam's ear had a good performance by Tyreek Hill, but you know what?
She also had to start.
I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna put it like this too. This is a must-win week. If there's any must-win this league so far, it's this week for Straw Hat Pirates.
Yes, and we see he does have two people
Asses are on
not
hot
playing,
seats.
sitting in his lineup. So
Asses are on hot
I don't know if he got the
seats.
memo that he still has to play, but we shall see. We shall see. Hopefully he fixes his lineup. Hopefully. And then the two teams on bye week would be Robbie and the Dito. So we'll see. I guess we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens over there. All right. That's pretty much it. Other league news. News from around the leagues. All my leagues that matter, I'm in first place. Bye weeks in all of them. That would be, John's Dynasty. The only one my Dynasty, I had a rough season, so I am hopefully going to get last place so I can get the first pick in the draft.
Right.
So, we'll see what happens. I forgot. I never wanted to be last place in a league.
Who's your top rookie coming in?
I have no idea.
Nice.
So, if you want to get a who's that player, definitely don't know any rookies coming in.
Mm-hmm. Just
What?
like the dude from Alabama.
I have plenty of time to get to, that's what we will do during the off season when it's time for, some dynasty episodes and shit like that. We'll definitely be getting into some rookie talk. Shit. Like I said, did I mention the coach league? First place there.
Nice.
John's Dynasty.
The greatest
first
coach
place.
of all time?
I picked the greatest coach of all time, yes. Right. And, shit. That's just about it. We are done here, folks. Again, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all that good shit.
All that good shit, guys.
No extended audio this week, so you guys should be okay. Yo, just checking the show doc, and everything looks good to go. I think somebody has to take us out.
So I'm going to take it out, and just like I did last week, folks, for the Matt's tweet, and bro, what I'm going to do for you is, remember last week I did a little freestyle.
Yes, I remember that.
Your tweets straight up. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to tell you right now, I have not pre-read these.
All right.
I selected them. I looked at like a nice little range of them that had, more than a couple on the screen at one time when I was scrolling. Took a screenshot. But I bet you that I can make this sound like you were writing a freestyle or some rap lyrics, right? You ready?
All right.
All right, let's go. First, though.
Always got to take us out with a toke. Zip
Congrats.
it up and zip it out.
Congrats on the bye week.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Good luck to you in the playoffs.
Thank you, sir. I need it everywhere, man. Like
Good luck
I said,
to everyone in the playoffs.
I would love to do a I don't know what to call it, the trifecta, win all 3 leagues,
There's a lot of COVID going around, a lot of people out. So, hey, if you manage to make the right moves and have success in the playoffs, congratulations, you deserve. This one goes for you. Let's take them out. Every time I see you, it gets me thinking. That shit tight like Fort Knox. You a pretty young thing. Lo, you right. LOL. But I see it as the weekend. I'll never forget what you a pretty young thing.
Oh God, this guy, man. I don't know.
Pretty good.
I don't know
That's
who
pretty
that
good,
guy
bro.
was back then,
It's
man.
pretty. Who the fuck was your ghostwriter, bro? Or are you the ghostwriter?
I promise you, they're probably just a mixture of song lyrics, maybe from other songs.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I was on some drugs.
These were all different tweets at very different intervals, as though, but they just happened to be in the timeline at the right moment. That's crazy. If you were writing these lyrics that far apart, it takes real,
I wish I could remember,
mastermind
bro.
shit.
I wish I could
Mastermind
remember.
shit. We're gonna, dude. I'm gonna make we're gonna make NFTs out of your tweets one day.
I'm down.
Guarantee it.
If it's possible.
We'll have it. We'll have the bidding live on the podcast.
If it's possible, it can be done with my tweets.
Can be done. It will be done.
All right, guys. Until next time. Next time it's going to be some happy people and some sad people. And then we'll be seeing who me and Champ get to play.
Yep. Playoff time.
Yes. Good luck, everyone.
Look.